Okay, so we're looking together at the programming challenge to debug this code in 2.8.1 for wrapper classes in CS Awesome. And we know that wrapper classes, they need to begin with capital letters. So this would need to be a capital I integer. And integers are whole numbers, not decimals. So I can't have a capital I integer storing a 2.3. So I'm going to cast that value as an integer, which is going to truncate that and store a 2, but at least it'll be an integer. Okay, then the double has a capital letter, so that's fine, and it can have an identifier D, but it's not a primitive data type, it's an object, so it's not going to automatically change this 5 into a 5.0. So I'm going to need to enter that as a 5.0 so that it turns it into a double. Okay, then system out print line I dot int value. So int value is a method. That means it needs parentheses at the end. There are no parameters that we're passing into this method, but those parentheses are required for a method call. Okay, then the next system out print line double value has the parentheses for the method call, but it's missing the object that we're calling the method on. So that object that we have for the double wrapper class is D. So we need D period, and then we can call the double value method. Okay, next, system out print line integer dot min value. So this is case sensitive. The min value command needs to be all capital letters. And in the next line, system out print line int dot max value. So we've got the max value in all caps, but this is not a method call, so we're going to get rid of those parentheses at the end. And you can't run the max value command on a primitive data type integer, only on wrapper class values. So we're going to change that to integer. Okay, and then as long as I didn't miss anything, let me double check. I think we should be good to run this. Now, as long as it's in Java 9 or higher, this should compile without errors. But if it's Java 8, which is what we use in school for JGRASP, or Java 7, which is what the AP exam is based on, we would not be able to do this up at the top here. We would have to instantiate I and D as new wrapper class objects by calling the constructor. So we're going to just test it out here and see. So if I run this code, I get a pass and a pass. Okay, so that means that this is running Java 9 or higher. But just to show you for the AP exam purposes, what you would need to do instead, because that's based on Java 7. So let's comment these out here for a moment. Okay, and then we'll come back up here. So if I need to call the constructor in an earlier version of Java, so I want the constructor for the integer object, then integer I is equal to new integer, and then I'm going to store that value 2.3 cast as a primitive integer in there. And then my double, similarly, is going to be double D equals new, and then double, and I'll pass the parameter 5.0 to that constructor. Okay, so now when we run, save and run, there we go, we get another pass. So you can see that even in these later versions of Java, like 9 and higher, you can still instantiate your objects, your wrapper class objects, with the new keyword to call those class constructors. But if it's 9 or higher, this option down here without the keyword new is perfectly fine. But since the AP exam, like I said, is based on Java 7, it's good to understand how to call those class constructors. So hopefully that answers your question, those of you that were asking about these wrapper class debugging challenges from section 2.8.